I'm leaving Guadeloupe. I'm gonna do my very first long distance trip, 200 nautical miles to the USVI, St. Croix. The sail's up. Expect to be there in 2 days. That's Guadeloupe and going here. The weather is looking good for the next 2 days, maybe even a little light, but then from next week it's gonna pick up. It's gonna gust like 30 knots almost, or even over it, for like the whole week. So I gotta pick a spot where I want to sit this out. Yesterday I installed Starlink just because I think it's probably a good idea, you know, very first long trip after the hurricane destroyed the boat, making a whole bunch of holes in the boat. So I thought probably good to at least be able to communicate on the way. And I got myself a big pizza yesterday. This is breakfast. A bit of wind and immediately going up to about 7 knots. When I get to the USVI, I'm gonna order a new wind indicator that was destroyed by the hurricane, especially on the catamaran. So important to have, because you reef on the wind, and now I don't know how much wind there is. I mean, I can make a pretty good guess these days, but I don't really know it. So and also, let me show you, I need to, this is my anchor light. The plastic broke off, which I obviously will not be able to get separately. It's a nice easy quick fit system, so I'm gonna try to get the same thing. And some other things, not super important, but what we're doing here, fixing this all. We're 2 bilge pumps here, and now there's only one, so I need to put a second one in like it is on the other side. And also here where the shower drain is, this still broke, so you need to epoxy that. I don't think you can just buy it like this, so you need to epoxy that. It's not like super important, but need to fix it at some point. It's really nice open sky, so I don't expect any sudden wind shifts anytime soon. That's nice. Just made some lunch, just baguette with some French cheese and ham. And I found this sugarcane juice in the freezer at supermarket that I want to try out. It's really good. I have to eat it inside because the baguette is blowing away outside. If you wonder what those boxes are, those are for cockroaches. I haven't seen them in a while, but like in the 5 months that I was on the Heart, a little under 4 or 5 months, the whole boat was full of them. I couldn't get rid of them. I think they'll just fly on the boat or walk on the boat from the boat yard. It was absolutely terrible. I really hate having those things on the boat, but nothing to do. Seem to be gone now. We got a big MSC container ship passing in front of us. Sometimes the other jib sheet gets stuck around this roof rack that I still need to re-weld to for the solar, so that's okay again. Ah, quite nice here actually. Oh, look at that, there's a wire loose Here, that's why the radar is not working. Huh. Okay. Actually, I think the wire looks to be from that little GPS antenna under the radar. Alright, I'll write it down on the list. Things to fix. There it is. GPS, wire under radar. This is the maintenance list I recently made. This is the general maintenance I had already done on the boat, on the generator, sail drive and engine. And then what I need to do as soon as possible. And then projects which are less important but I still want to do on the way. When I have to do general maintenance again, and then big things I want to do before crossing the Pacific. I'm making another coffee and I don't get it. This area always gets dirty. Not anywhere else, not over there, not over there, always that area. Why? Where's that coming from? Like, because of cooking? But then it would be there, right? It wouldn't be there. I don't get it. Well, clean it off again. I know what it is. You hear that sometimes the water, when a wave comes under the boat, it splashes so hard and it like a little bit comes up. I guess that's it. I just put an extra reef in the main. For the weather, it would not have been necessary. It seems like it's going to be a lovely night, but I'm going a little fast and I want to avoid getting there tomorrow evening at like 8 at night, and I do not want to enter a new channel, a new country at night yet. That'll be really frustrating, so I'm gonna slow down and that also would be nice for the night. It's been a really lovely day and I'll see you at sunset. It's almost sunset and this thing is going out again. I don't know why. That happened before. Let me just put it back in. I don't know. The moon is already out over there. It's the moon phase is 90. I don't know what the name of the phase is, but it's 94% and 100% is full moon. So that's really nice because then you can actually see something in the night. I like it. Also, I don't know, feel safer because instead of it being fully dark and you only see a light of a boat, now when it comes close you might actually see the boat. Yes, that's the one. No, remove. Let's put navigation lights on. Nice. Beautiful sunset. It's a bit of a strip of clouds forming here. Might give me some wind later. I think it'll be fine. Making some dinner, pasta, shrimp and vegetables. In this corner, like, I'm trying to keep the boat organized, trying to keep it nice. But this corner, whatever I do, it does not matter. Within minutes, it looks disorganized again. I think it's ready. soy sauce. Mmm. Oh, hey, look at that. My stern lights stopped working. Hello. Oh. Huh? Okay. I guess you just hit it when it doesn't work. It's crazy how bright the moon is. Got myself a little blanket here. I'm gonna take a nap. It's been a real nice night. Actually slept quite well. Normally I don't sleep on the first night, but now I did. I put a headlight here because I know I'll fix it when I get there. The wind died down about 2 hours ago. But I do see a bunch of clouds around me, so I think when the sun comes up it'll pick up again. I think it was a good choice to slow down. With this wind, I would have never been able to do 6+ knots average anyway. So it's 103 miles left. I'm halfway now, actually in a few miles. So that's perfect, because then I should be arriving tomorrow morning. Just took the mainsail down, because the mainsail was taking the wind away from the jib, and the wind is supposed to come from the beam, but it's coming from the back. I know, maybe it'll change later, but at least now the jib keeps being filled, so that's good again. She made a fruit bowl for breakfast. No land in sight. So peaceful here. Ship is called IJzerborg, must be a Dutch ship. They're about 200, 250 feet apart. I've been trying to do wing on wing here. I don't even know if that's something you can do with a catamaran. Figured I'd just try. It doesn't really seem to work. I think a screecher or a light sail would probably be a better idea. There's no wind. Nothing. I'm gonna take a freshwater shower. It's always a nice thing to do on a passage. I'm having so much fun with the new luxury that I have. Taking a freshwater shower on the way and then trying out on deck here. It's amazing. I'm motoring a little bit because I was drifting in the wrong direction. This whole trip is all about learning and figuring out how everything works, what I need to change in the future for long distances. And one thing I noticed is that I'm running now, it's 3:30 p.m. I'm running the port engine, and the port engine, because the batteries are at 95%. This morning they were only at 70. They were still at 70, but even like with this nice sunny day, with all the instruments running, all the autopilot and everything, and then the fridge on and my computer's charging while I was editing, it's just not enough. So I do need more solar, which I was already planning, but it's just good to know. These panels are actually still from my 30-footer. Yeah, because the hurricane blew off all the panels on this boat. actually one state. It's going great. Really happy. Yeah, learning a lot here. Today's gonna be early dinner. Some potato, mushroom, ham with pesto and some cheese over it. That's it. I don't think that my egg is gonna win a prize, but for the rest, looks pretty good. 17 more miles to go. I'll be there somewhere tomorrow. Maybe at noon, maybe earlier, we'll see. It's almost sunset. Let's install my temporary aft light. Just put it around, put it over. Yeah, done. Perfect. Easy. Now I'm going over the Seba National Park bank inside here. This app shows it better actually. This is the bank. It's shallow, well, at least in comparison to the deep ocean around it. It's like 60 feet, 80 feet. And big ships over like 300 ton are not allowed to go over this. I wouldn't go over it if it would be higher seas, heavier seas, because then above the shallow there's always heavier seas than above the deep sea. So then I would avoid a shallow spot, but it's so quiet now that, yeah, this is fine. And the reason I'm going over it is because then I don't have to go around it. Just saves like a mile or something, 2 miles, going straight to my destination. The moon is already up. I don't know if you can see it on a small screen somewhere there. And it has to be bigger than 94% today. So it has to be full moon or otherwise tomorrow. And this is the first time that I've been sailing and when the sun goes down, that the full moon is already up. Like last times that I was sailing that I had full moon, it was like the sun would go down, it would be absolutely dark, and then at 6 p.m. for example, the moon would come up, and then it still takes an hour before the moon gives sufficient light to actually illuminate the area. Or it came up at 7 and then it would only give that light at 8, so then there still was like a 2 or 3 hour gap where it was like fully dark. This is nice. Like sun goes down, moon is up, there's light. Nice. The wind is picking up, doing 6.5 knots. I'll be there in the morning if it continues like this. My bed is ready. Tonight I added a pillow, and so I sleep 20 to 30 minutes and then I wake up and then look outside. Got one ship overtaking me, for the rest has been very quiet with other boats. I am flying 6.5, 7.5 knots. I think I'm gonna arrive here still in the dark. I was planning to go here in between Buck Island and St. Croix, but it seems like I'm already gonna be here at 5 in the morning, and then I might take the long route around it, and then it'll be daylight once I'm here. It's 4 in the morning, getting closer to land, so I'm not gonna sleep anymore. Make some coffee. The wind has lightened a bit, so I'm doing about 5 knots now. So now I changed the route to go around the island. It's still 10 miles to the entrance. It's 5 a.m. now, so that should take about 2 hours, and that's perfect because at 7 it's about light enough to enter. Land ho! One of the most beautiful things about sailing, I find, arriving in the dark at a new place and then not yet knowing how it's gonna look like. I'm gonna continue pretty slow to the entrance. Now I'm only having headsail out. I'm doing 3.5 knots, which is great because then it takes me another hour or so, and then the sun is a little higher, so it's easier to see the bottom and everything. It's probably not high enough, but it's better than it is now. I'm gonna navigate through this reef area to the anchorage. Almost at the entrance, so let's start engine, throw the headsail in. You can see the reef over there. I hope you can see it. So we're going around it, behind the reef. This is the first new place I arrived to with this boat. It's also like the first new place I arrived to after, I think, 8 or 9 months, you know, being on the Heart, and before that having done a few places with the other boat that I had already seen. Yeah, I like it. Always, you know, I feel the excitement in my stomach. I love to explore new places. Red right, green left. This is where I'm going to drop anchor. Apparently it's not easy to find a sandy spot, so it's the next mission. This is actually the second time I dropped anchor. First time I dropped it a little on the back. There's a bit of seagrass here, and I know there's a lot of wind coming. So I swam there to see if it was deep enough. It was deep enough, so I'm nice. The anchor's nicely dug in a sandy spot. Perfect. Let's check in. Update. I've been here since yesterday morning. I checked in, and in order to check in the USVI, I can do it online on the CBP app, and then after that they will say if it's okay, or if you're gonna do a video call, or if you have to go to an office. Okay, I have my answer. I have to go to the airport. Going to check in. I'm at Kyrgyzstan now, and check in is at the airport, the other side of the country. Just parked the dinghy on the boardwalk in front of a bar called Chupas. This is my new ride. It's a Ducati and I'm gonna do 8 miles to the airport. I have no idea if the battery will also bring me back, but let's see. I'm gonna put the GoPro on my head so you can show you a little bit from the surrounding. It was only going like 3 miles an hour. Apparently I needed to change the settings. We should go fast now. Oh yeah, that's it. I read that a taxi is about $100 back and forth to the airport to check in. So I thought, let's try to do it by scooter. So it sends me like over the highway, which I'm really not sure if I'm allowed to, but seems like it's the only road, so guess we'll find out. Arrived at the airport. I was definitely the only person not driving a car on the road, but nobody seemed to care. So okay, let's figure the check-in out. That was really easy. I'm checked in. Look at that, the battery literally died like 1 minute walk from arrival. That's awesome, isn't it? This was a okay, you can shut up now. There was a 17-mile trip, and this thing is supposed to do 20 miles, so that's pretty good. Come on, stop beeping. That was it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know which videos you enjoy more, the catamaran ones or the old monohull ones. All right, thank you guys for watching, and special thanks to all of the patrons, which are our tier patrons are on the wall of the boat, and these videos are not possible to make without the support of all the patrons. If you aren't one yet, consider joining. I do some perks there. I do the videos a little earlier. And if not, at least consider subscribing to the channel. That helps a lot too. See you next time.